Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
It seems to be that one of the last legal battles right now, actually, before Trump takes office, we'll see what else happens after, is about the release of this report from Jack Smith, which would have to happen between now and his inauguration. Do you think we're going to see it? What's your gut?
Well, Judge Cannon is clearly doing everything she possibly can in the most unjudicious way. I really don't have enough time to talk about all of the ways that she is just really, I think, just a disgrace to so many judges, including judges appointed by Donald Trump, who are really good judges. And she has really tarred them in terms of her actions here. I do think the 11th Circuit is going to step in, and we will see the release of the part of the report that deals with January 6th. But Merrick Garland himself has said that he is not planning on publicly releasing the part of the report about the classified documents part of the case. I think that's a mistake, and I think there could be substantial information in there about a lot of people, including Kash Patel. So we'll see what happens with that.
To your point, you posted there's no such actual thing as presidential immunity. It's nowhere in the Constitution. DOJ made it up in 73 and 2000 to protect their bosses. SCOTUS made it up more in 2024 to protect their boss and benefactor Trump. It's a cancerous monarchical monstrosity. And I agree. I mean, it just, the fact that we are infected all the way up to the Supreme Court is just... Go ahead, talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, the thing there is, I like to go back to the roots of this, which I feel like not enough people have still been talking about. The roots of this are DOJ's internal memos regarding this topic. They did one in 1973. They did another one in 2000. Why at those times? Because those were the 2 points most recently before Trump when we had presidents that were either impeached or coming up close to it. And so there were questions about whether or not you could indict the sitting president, Richard Nixon or Bill Clinton. Okay, so DOJ does a memo saying, oh, we can't do that. Of course, they're ducking. They're like, yeah, we don't want to indict our boss. We don't want to indict our boss.
Yeah.
But the problem is that those things that were done for expediency in the moment so that bureaucrats wouldn't actually have to do things like indict their bosses has metastasized into this whole doctrine that now is getting official Supreme Court cover. And that even though it doesn't apply to the states, it's something that, like, the Manhattan DA's office was like, well, we better not touch that. And Judge Merchan in New York was like, well, we better not touch that. And so it's now becoming the law of the land. But it just goes to show, like, even little things like this, like a memo, like if it comes from something like DOJ, it can have these huge consequences. We need the right people in these jobs. When we have the wrong people in these jobs, things go to hell.
Yeah.
And they are.
So let's talk about DOJ. I've tried to give Merrick Garland the benefit of the doubt for a lot. I get it's not just him.
I did. Yeah. In the past tense, I did.
Yeah, I get it's not just him. But here we are.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why he would not release both of these reports, the January 6th and the classified documents? Classified documents is going to be dropped a week from today anyway. So to say I can't release the documents one because of this ongoing case, it's ongoing for another 6 minutes, right? And then...
It doesn't make any sense to me because... in the classified documents case, where you still have two defendants that were supposed to be in the case, and now it's just going to get dropped entirely.
Right.
You've already, with any of the defendants, you already indicted them. I could see there being a justification to not release the reports if you're saying, well, we aren't indicting the person, but we're going to release all of our potentially incriminating evidence about the person. I feel like that is at least something that you can sit there and debate. If you've already indicted, that's the government taking a public stand that we are going to get a grand jury to do this, and then the grand jury goes along with it.
Yeah.
They've already said this person committed a crime. Saying it with a longer report, I don't know why it doesn't make any difference. So I don't see a legal justification for withholding these reports. We need to have the truth come out.
Yeah,
we really do.
And for national security,
really have to fight to try to get all of this. And it is. It's national security for both cases, really, because we also need to know who else was in cahoots with Trump and exactly what happened in the run-up to January 6th.
Kash Patel, before he gets installed as head of the FBI.
That's right.
Right.
All of it. There were all of these other co-conspirators. That one of my other big things is in the J6 case, you should be indicting all of the other unindicted co-conspirators and anybody else that deserves indictment. You should be trying to indict them. None of them have immunity. They're treating it like now this entire thing gets whitewashed when only one person there even arguably has immunity.
Yeah.
None of the other people do.
So interesting. You also were talking about the Manhattan case. You said the Manhattan DA case against Trump could have been brought in 2021, but they tried to make the case bigger, delaying to 2022. Then Alvin Bragg shut it down, delaying to 2023. Then Bragg agreed to delay sentencing into 2025. That's why Donald Trump evaded prison time in that particular case. I mean, I love the way you put it. You said this wasn't a victory by Trump; it was a surrender by the prosecutors in terms of the other cases. I mean, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I devoted a whole episode of my podcast last week to this exact topic to basically give the sort of anatomy of a failure, right? Let's go through all of the different mistakes that the Manhattan DA's office made over two DA administrations, both Cy Vance and Alvin Bragg. So, it's staggering, but there's so many different things that they did wrong. But the biggest ones were Bragg killing the case for a year, but then they just didn't bother to put for any kind of prison sentence or punishment for Trump at all over the last 6 months. They got the conviction and then just went, whatever, didn't count.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at this point, we'll take whatever little sliver of justice that, at least, it is on the record. He's a convicted felon.
They didn't do their jobs. They fundamentally failed the people of this borough.
And how terrifying.
I'm a voter here in Manhattan, and they failed me. They failed all of us.
Yeah. And how terrifying is it that 4 Supreme Court justices, were ready to, just completely... they have become they've become a lawless party, and all the way up through the Supreme Court. And if Judge Merchan had not said there'll be no jail time, that might not even have happened. The Supreme Court ruling.
That's right. So I mean, I think that look, I guess sadly in this dark time, I'm going to take the glass half full and be thankful that Roberts and Barrett came out the right way on that one. That's something we're going to have to be hoping for. I'm not going to hold my breath because I don't necessarily believe they're going to come out where I want them to come out on a lot of things. Yeah. But insanely, that's who we've got to bank on to maybe get some cases to actually uphold the Constitution.
Oh, hi. I just finished, I'm going to say, an 11 billion mile bike ride. And thank God I happen to have this magic potion with me, ASEA, as seen on the Stephanie Miller Show. It helps my cells communicate better so that I can heal faster from overdoing because I'm lying about my age. I also use it on my face.